Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. And in this video, I want to cover how to remove a curse or a hex from someone using magic against you. When someone using a form of witchcraft or black magic or whatever you want to call it against you. And I'm going to share with you something that works for me, something that's effective. And we're going to need a few things for it, and how to remove a curse from you. And not only to remove it, but also to send it back to the person who cursed you. To remove it off of you and to send it back to them. And this is how you're going to do it. First, you're going to need what is called a image candle. In this case, you're going to be using this. A black image candle. There's two different genders. There's a black image male candle and a black image female candle. This one's a female. Right here. A black image female candle. And what you're going to be doing is, you're going to have an altar. You're going to put this in front of the altar. You create your own altar, like a little small table. You put this on top of some kind of a plate, a hard plate, or a glass plate or whatever. You place it on there in front of you. So you can sit down in front of it. Especially, I sit down on a chair in front of it. You can do that too. And then in the middle of the night, you light the candle and you do the ritual. So you have this in front of you on an altar that you set up yourself. And then you use something like this, which is a reversible essential oil. These are magic oils to use right here. Hopefully you can read it. I know the light is kind of like shining too much on it, but it's called reversible oil. And what you do, you take something like this, you open it up, and you take a dropper, you put it in, and then you fill it up to like maybe like up to here. And then you take the image candle and you just place a few drops by the face, by the neck, the chest, and you just place it, a few drops all over the place, right here, in this area. And then you rub it in with your thumb, index finger, or whatever. And then you say the name of the person that you're trying to remove the curse off of. So in this case, let's just say you have a friend who's a female, and you're putting the oil on her. Let's say your female friend, which is better for her to do it. You can do it for her if you want, but it's more effective if she does it. So if you're a female, in other words, let's just say, if you're a female and then you get this gender, you do the oil thing with the dropper, and then you say in the name of, and then you say your name, and then whatever I say, whatever I want to happen will happen, and you just think on it. You just focus on what you want to do as you're rubbing it in, and then so let it be done. At the end of what you want to say, and you place it on your altar on the plate, and then you put a photograph. You could put a photograph of your baby picture. You could put like a baby picture or whatever kind of photograph or whatever on the right here, right on top of right underneath the feet, or right by the plate. Right by the plate of we're gonna have the candles right by. So So the image of the candle represent you, and the photograph, it could be a baby picture, or it could be a picture of yourself as a toddler, or even as an adult. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the age. It doesn't matter. And then you light the candle, and as you light it, you're in the dark, and it's more effective if you do it after midnight. For my own, I usually do it after midnight, but I think it's more effective between the hours of 2:30 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. because you're supposed to meditate in front of this candle 45 minutes to an hour. You could also do it longer, for an hour and a half or 2 hours if you wish. It's optional. It's up to you. And then as you meditate, you focus on exactly what you want to happen. And you let out your energy. Just let out your energy. And of course, it also helps right before you even light your candle to get white sage, which I showed in one video before, white sage. And real quick, let me just show you what it is. I forgot to put it on. You use something like this. This one is called white sage. Right before you even light your candle. Because a person who's cursed, a person who has an evil hex put on them from someone using magic against you, there's a great deal of negativity around you, a great deal of negative energy. So you want to light the sage, and once it's lit, let it burn for about 5 to 7 seconds, and then shake it, and then all the smoke will come out, and you go all around the room. You burn the sage all around the room to create sacred space and to remove and ward off negative energy. That's also very effective, and it's also a calming agent, because once the smoke is around you, and then once you kind of like breathe it in, not like this, don't breathe it in like this, that's bad for you. But once you burn it all over you like sage smudge all over your room, and then once you're done, about maybe this much of it is used up, about a quarter of it is used up, and then you just, extinguish it yourself. And then once the whole thick of smoke is around you, then you could light your candle, be in the dark with only the light of the candle, and as you're sitting down in front of it, preferably in a chair, and you meditate for 45 minutes to an hour, or an hour and a half, it depends. It's up to you. But a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour. And then let the sage or the smoke that you're breathing in, it becomes a calming agent. It calms your nerves. And then you just focus on what you want to do, and you let your energy just let out. Just let it out. And it will work. Periodically, you got to do this every night. It could last up to a week. It depends on how long you do it. If you do the 45 minutes to an hour, it'll burn, by degrees, little by little. And like I would say, within a week, it'll be completely gone. But if you let it burn and you meditate for an hour and a half to 2 hours, of course, it'll take shorter, like maybe 4 days at the most. It depends. And then, little by degrees, whatever you're feeling that's caused by the curse, whether you're being bothered by evil spirits, or whether you're feeling like something's wrong, or whatever that is that's bothering you, it'll go away little by little by degrees. It's not going to happen right away, just, like that. It's not going to happen like that. But a little bit by degrees. And then after 4 days, 5 days, or however long it takes for the ritual, it will work. Oh, the sun's coming out real bad. It will work. And then you strongly have to believe in it. You just let your energy go. And once it's completely burnt down, after a good 5 days or however long it takes, again by degrees it'll happen. Then you should get yourself an image candle that's white, a white image candle, and you do the same thing. In this particular one, you use what is called right here, the shield of protection oil. You take the dropper, the same thing you do with the black image candle, except with this one, you use it on the white image candle. If you're a female, I get a female one. If you're a male, you use the white image male candle, and you do the same thing that drops on the candle. And then you do the same meditation, and then again, same thing. It's better to buy at least maybe 3 or 4 of these. You should buy, just in case. And then you do the same thing, the same ritual, and it takes about the same time. Now, going back to the reversible oil that you put on this, what the reversible oil is going to do is going to remove the curse from you. It'll remove it and it will send it back to the sender. Something that's called a boomerang effect. And even if this person tries to come back at you, and you're doing this ritual every night, it'll come off of you as you're saying, I take this off of me during the ritual. I take this off of me and I send it back to thee. Go back to the person who cursed you. And that's how it works. You're removing the curse, again with the image candle that represents you, and the picture, the photograph that represents you, and you take it off of you and you send it back to the person who actually cursed you. And then after that, of course it will work, and then you do the white image candle like I said before. I did this myself, and it did work. It was effective, but I also did something else that was a lot more effective, only because of the fact that I was an extreme case. And I'm sorry, but unfortunately I can't tell you exactly what it is, aside from this, on what I did for myself to protect myself. I would tell you in a sense, but I can't, because I have enemies out there. And I'm serious. I have enemies out there, and I just can't do it. But this other method that I did was it was something extra. It was a lot more potent. Anyways, this, like, again, you do this ritual and it will work. You'll remove the curse with the reversible oil that you put on it. You meditate, and you just focus on what you want to do, and you say, I take this off of me and I send it back to thee. And then and during that 45 minutes to an hour, you just periodically say it. And then you just stare at the flame and just think about what you want to do. Just maybe a good 4 or 5 times throughout that whole hour, you just say that. You just recite that. Say, I, and then your name. Light this candle to remove the curse and to send it back to the sender. I take this off of me and I send it back to thee. So let it be done. So let it be done. And you just say that, not over and over again. You just say it, and then 10 minutes later you say it again. 10 minutes later you say it again. And then again, a third time, and you just spend the rest of the time just meditating, looking at the flame, and just see it burn down by degrees. And you do this every night. You do the same thing every night. You repeat it, and little by little, like I said, by degrees, it will work until the curse is completely gone. It's removed off of you, and it's been sent back to the person who originally cursed you. So if you have any comments, any questions you want to ask, post your questions, post your comments, or whatever. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And good luck to you. I wish you the best of luck. I pretty much covered everything, I think. So, to all of you, take care.